Okay, so now I will be trying probably the hardest x58 CPU of all time. I will be trying to break the record scores with the Core i7 Extreme 975. I purchased two CPUs of the very famous and known Stummerwinter batch of the 975 CPUs. They are very hard to find, but I managed to buy two of them from Gigelz, as he's pretty much quitting the whole overclocking scene. It's very sad to see him go, but I managed to buy these CPUs and some memories from him, which I will cover later on my channel. So the target is obviously very high. For WPrime we are looking at well over 5.8 on LN2, and the single threaded stuff are close to like 6 GHz or so. I think the highest valid is 6.2. That is extremely high. So these CPUs, the better one, which I will be trying first, did 4.75 WPrime on water cooling at 1.36 volts. The worst one did 4.7. The better one did a bit better result than the 920 I used for the record scores back like 4 or 5 years ago. That one did like 4.73. So it's all about the cold scaling now. So the cold scaling varies a lot on these x58 CPUs. It doesn't really guarantee. Even if the CPU is particularly good on ambient cooling, it still might be very bad on LN2. So we need to see like the maximum temperatures and so on. Now I will be using the Rampage 3 Extreme and not the Black Edition, because my Black Edition is in a bad state. The same thing happened to that one as what happened to my normal Rampage Extreme from Japan. It seems the Superflower power supply unit has messed something from the memory, probably from the memory VRAM area, because I was just getting weird like blue screens. So I will be using the Rampage 3 Extreme. For this CPU and the 965 it shouldn't really matter, because we have unlocked multiplier. We don't need to push the PCI Express as well as the BCLK to very high values. We only need like 200 range, not even 200, because we can use 30 something multiplier on the CPU. But I will use 29 probably, and just 180, 190, 200, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, 3 sticks of Corsair Dominator GTX2 memory once again from Tapaka, some OCX NVIDIA 6500 GT for the monitor signal, and I will use the Seasonic Prime 1300 watt Platinum for as the power supply. So we'll see what happens. I will start at 5.3, 5.4 and see how it goes from there. So keep your thumbs up. It would be awesome to finally see someone that can outperform the old results made by Stummerwinter back in 2009. So wish me luck. Let's see what happens. Okay, easy post and boot at 5380, 185 times 29. Memory 1850-ish. 67520 72 command rate 1. So now let's start this. I need to check. I need some to get a phone to see where the top scores are. (4469). Okay, I'm already at -140. Top score by Andre Yang at 4. I mean not 4 point, but 4.1. 4.134 seconds. This is a multiplier bug. It's truly at 29, so this is already 190. It's probably 5.5 something. So the CPU Z is not correct. Don't get fooled by the multiplier shown by CPU Z. 4469. (4328). Let's keep our thumbs up. Okay, that's 5655. Still fully 200 megahertz to go. $425. So this is 5.7 something, I think. Mine's 144. Okay, not looking good. Temperature wise, I don't know if we are too warm or too cold. That's rank 2. I think this is rank 2. Yeah, rank 2. 20 milliseconds needed. No! Almost! No! 10 milliseconds away. Okay. Yes! I think that's the right one. It should be close to 5.8. So the efficiency is good. That's a bit under 5.8. So it's 29 times 200-ish. 4.125. Previous top score by Andre Yang from Taiwan at 4.134 at 5.872. Don't know if he had like backups back in the day, because rank 2 is high profile at 4.69, 4 seconds, 172 milliseconds. But yeah, absolutely incredible. This previous top was made in like summer of 2010, over 13 years ago. So the next one is 1024 amp. But I wanna try a bit more. So far temperature likes to be at minus 145. No, yeah. I think that's the rank 2. The rank 1 should be 130.8, so half a second. I had to lower the clock a little bit. So it's close, but it's good. We are already so on par with the Andre Yang CPU, which is phenomenally good. No idea why Stummerwinter didn't run this, or he did actually, 5.6. This is rank 2 by 4 seconds or so. So very, very good. Top is, it's 130.166, so we need like a bit over 1 second. It's close. A bit under half a second away. Almost. So 180 milliseconds. This is an efficiency thing. I'm coming for you, Stummerwinter. Hopefully you are still alive and well and watching this video. 3-1. I think he made this previous top score in 2009. At least it's awesome. I never believed someone could overtake these Stummerwinter scores. 28. Yeah, 28, previous top score made by Stummerwinter from Germany, spot on 14 years ago. This is 5.9 plus, 204 times 29, not 5.7, because you cannot move that much base clock in the OS without the CPU Z bugging. So it's 29 multiplier. I can prove it to you, just so that you understand how this goes. So you see. So I guess we can try a bit more. This is like 5.950 already, I guess. $14.13. No. Oh, whatever. Let's try. So hard. Just 2 or okay, that's already a very good result. And we hang, but we got it. Damn awesome. Okay, we could try the validation, but it will be very hard. And we cannot do it because we will, yeah, this will be hard because we will drop the CPU frequency. So it's not gonna happen, yeah. It's not gonna happen, sadly. I don't know how to do it because of the frequency bug. It's damn annoying. Oh well, valid is not the most important thing when it comes to these scores. Let's try this once, then I want to raise the encore frequency a bit higher. $206. Okay, we need a tiny bit more to go under 14 seconds. $14.03. So we need 208 to do it. $14. $208.4. Now that CPU-Z bug is so annoying because we cannot do the validation. I think we could have a chance. Otherwise we would have a chance, I think. Yeah. Okay, we actually got it. That's a surprise. So, but of course we have the capture card as well. So now I will try 32M validation, maybe CPU tweaker. I need to figure out because I could use like AI suite, something like this to raise the multiplier. So now we have around 5.3 encore. I might do a tiny VCLK bump once again. And just that we don't have to run this thing. Again, I mean, I will keep the ZFSP open. I will drop the frequency for the actual CPU-Z open part again, because this takes so long, I don't want to risk it. Okay, record score with one attempt. I think there's more, but I need to get like encore probably higher. $205.2. So 5.951 for 32M, absolutely amazing. Encore was over 5.3, so 6 minutes, 4.828. Previous top score by Stummerwinter from Germany at 6 minutes, 9.953. So a bit over 5-second improvement. This is absolutely enormous. Huge thanks to Gigelz for selling me the CPU. It's damn awesome, incredibly hard to beat. So I want to try a bit higher on the encore, like at least 1 notch, maybe 2 notches. See if we get any more. Okay. Almost. Okay. There's 6220, I need to check it. If it's okay, then that's it. Okay, and it works, but I wanna try one more time. Okay. Asus. So we got 6220. Pretty good way to improvise. So just it's good that we have Turbo V Evo to do this thing. CPU ratio. I need to get down to minus 160, something like that. Six two seven. Yeah, not gonna happen. Now guys, this score was incredibly difficult. I ran this for hours and hours and hours, but that is it. We finally took every single score with the Core i7 Extreme 975 at 5830 megahertz or 12. It's like 20 megahertz higher than Andre Yang. His efficiency has been amazing. 130.062 seconds. Previous top score by Andre at 130.166, I think. So this is like 104 millisecond gain. Huge result along the way. This is the last one, so I'm probably stopping now. Or I might do another attempt on 32 and very quickly, just for fun. But this was huge, huge. So hopefully you enjoyed these scores. Otherwise, if I don't get anything else, I will be stopping right now. And okay, that's pretty much it. It was an incredibly difficult session. The WPrime 1024M alone cost me around 30 to 40 liters of liquid nitrogen, which is a huge amount for just one test. So I tried SuperPi 32M right after the WPrimes, but I couldn't do anything. The system was very unstable. I'm pretty sure I have moisture once again inside the CPU socket. When I did the first session with this CPU, as it was a very long one, the CPU socket was completely floating with water. So I think that's the problem. I don't know where I'm missing on the insulation, why there's some air getting in the socket, I mean, which causes a lot of moisture underneath the CPU, but I need to check it out. But anyways, so the validation was 6.22. I got up, I tried 6.27, but it crashed. But I think there's more than 6.22 on this CPU. So very interesting, but that was with just 2 cores running, just like on many of the single threaded stuff like SuperPi and PiFast. So WPrime 32, I got many runs at like 4.1-ish, like 4.124, 4.109, somewhere around those lines. The 1024M, the hardest one, was 130.062 seconds, I think. So it's like 2 minutes 10 seconds spot on almost. So it was only like 100 milliseconds faster than Andre Yang. If you ask me, I honestly think the CPU that Andre Yang had back in the day was a bit better for multi-threaded stuff. Not for single-threaded stuff, as he couldn't outperform Stummerwinter in those tests like PiFast, SuperPi 32M, etc. But on multi-threaded stuff, it's absolutely enormous. Most likely the best multi-core Bloomfield CPU that ever existed. That's why I like to bin multi-core on water cooling before I take these CPUs on LN2. So with Bloomfield DO stepping, we are looking for 4.7 plus in WPrime 32 at 1.35, 1.36 volts ish, somewhere around that mark. PiFast, I will upload the best result, which was 13.97, only because it's the first sub 14 second run with any Bloomfield CPU. 1M, I really didn't even try to push it after 6.64 seconds. The annoying part was that every time I passed 1M, and that was the same thing. That was the same thing with PyFast very often as well. Was that it crashed when I opened CPU-Z. So I had to downclock the CPU for the CPU-Z opening pod and just take the clock back up for the screenshot itself. Again, on some of the screenshots, the CPU multiplier is messed on CPU-Z. If you move the FSP or the base clock too much in the OS, nowadays with the modern versions of CPU-Z, and I don't know if it's affected by the set FSP version, I think if you move like 5 megahertz on the base clock, it will for some reason drop the CPU multiplier by 1 value on CPU-Z. It's not actually a real thing. It's still running at the set value. It's just a CPU-Z bug. So on some of the screenshots, it's possible I don't have the correct frequency showed on the CPU-Z, but it doesn't really matter. So 1M 6.641 and 32M I only ran once successfully. It was 6 minutes 4 point something seconds, like 5-second improvement over Stummerwinter. I almost had I think it was like 6.2 something second run or 6.1, but it crashed on loop 16. I can definitely do more. I'm sure the CPU can do well below 6 minutes on Super 32M. The loop 16 crash run was at 6006 megahertz, so over 6 gigahertz 32M, which is pretty enormous for any Bloomfield CPU if you ask me. So those are pretty much the results. I will upload all of them on hwbot.org, and they are already there at the time of making this video or when you are watching this video. These results are very epic, as the previous top scores were made in 2009 for the Stummerwinter single thread stuff and 2010 for the validation and WPrimes. The Stummerwinter CPU was legendary. He used that CPU together with Samsa and I think King at Asus in Sweden for the 3D Mark Vantage world record back in the day with 4 5870 graphics cards. So this is exactly the same batch as that CPU, and this one seems to be better overall. So it's very hard to find a very golden Core i7 Extreme 975. It's probably the hardest Bloomfield CPU to like really bin. 950 is difficult as well. So, well, same goes for 920 and 965, but like 930 and 940 they were easy. 920 I think it's a bit easier than 975. So this is the hardest Bloomfield CPU to take the top scores with, and I'm very happy about it. The next one will be the 965, and I will try to find a bit better 950 as my best one. It cannot really outperform the scores made by Matt26 from the UK. I found a very interesting 950 DO stepping engineering sample from China. It had pretty good VID value inside the BIOS. It was very high leakage CPU. It ran at very hot temperatures or water cooling, but it doesn't really scale from the cold temperatures. It was only doing like 5.4, something like that, so it's definitely not enough. And motherboard wise, I will try to find another Rampage 3 Black Edition. I don't trust the Rampage 3 formula thing about full watt temperatures. I really don't know. I could try it, to be honest, with the CPU, see if I can get the temperatures colder. On the WPrime 1024 amp record run, I actually ran the CPU at minus 160 degrees Celsius, which is a very cold temperature for any Bloomfield CPU. This CPU, as well as the other one, they usually didn't like to boot any colder temperature than minus 145 to minus 150. So usually I booted in at like minus 135 to minus 145 with this one, and just ran the CPU colder during the test. On WPrime, the system usually crashed if I started the test at too cold temperature, like minus 150 and colder, and if there was a huge temperature swing at the moment when I was starting the benchmark. So it was very annoying, like very, very picky stuff. WPrime 32, I think the top frequency or the highest frequency for this CPU is somewhere close to Andre Yang's run, like 5.87, 5.86, 5.88, somewhere around that mark. But yeah, so I'm extremely happy I've long wanted to break these top scores with this CPU model, and I've finally done it. So huge thanks to Gigelz, or Nico from Germany once again, for letting me to purchase these CPUs from him. He has done a lot of work when he has searched for these particular chips on the second-hand market like eBay, the local like unofficial eBay in Germany, and all the other different websites around the world. So huge thanks, Gigelz. These results are for you, as you aren't really in the OC scene anymore, I guess. So if you like to see these results, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and maybe check out my Patreon page as well if you want to support my work. And yeah, thanks for watching one of my legendary legacy platform overclocking content once again, and I will see you on the next one.